With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA Draft. With the first pick in the 2003 NBA Draft.
With the first pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Jadeveon Clowney.
The Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant. The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
The draft is iconic for a professional athlete. Kids dream of the day when they hear the commissioner call their name. It's an opportunity to do something you love for a living and get paid for it. In fact, get paid very well. Suddenly, an athlete known just in their community becomes known around the world. Players like Kobe Bryant burst onto the scene after they're drafted, and now they're household names. But many of those same athletes end up broke years after retirement. Let's take a closer look at some of those numbers. An NBA basketball player makes an average annual salary of $5.5 million. They play an average of 4.8 years. So their career earnings would come out to $26.4 million. Definitely a lot, but nowhere near enough to support a lifetime of lavish spending. And by comparison, that's a lot. NFL players' careers average only 3.5 years, and they make an average of $1.9 million. That brings them to a total of $6.65 million by the end of their career. They might want to consider a second job. Allen Iverson was drafted first in a draft with Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Ray Allen, and Stephon Marbury. Iverson gave hope to the smallest basketball fans because he was only 6 feet tall, but put on a show on a nightly basis. His tremendous talent took him far, winning an MVP and leading his team to an NBA Finals loss against a Lakers team with both Shaq and Kobe. However, for Allen Iverson, his fame only kept him financially secure for a few years. He was making money that your average professional could only dream of. How does someone so influential fall so hard and so fast? And what about all the other athletes who don't even make it? How do they survive this deadly pursuit? Harley Jenkins grew up in Georgia, with a soccer ball always at his feet. While playing for the semi-professional Silverbacks, he was spotted by an MLS scout for the Galaxy.
And that trainer actually asked me to come out and try out for the team, stuff like that. One thing led to the other. I saved up, because they couldn't pay for it. Obviously, they didn't really know me. And I came out here on a whim. I came out here on, my car, drove my car out here, left everything, because this is all I do. This is what I love. Unfortunately, when I got here, they had to cancel on me due to the World Cup, and that kind of led, to a little downfall.
With little money left in his bank account, Harley now works at Starbucks to fund his professional dreams. Still intent on playing professionally, he's needed to keep himself in shape.
As far as keeping in shape goes, I do like to run when I can. I'm not particularly good at it. I do run a lot. I kind of stay towards exercises that are meant for a leaner body type, simply because the sport I play calls for it. You don't want to be super big and you're out there trying to run a marathon, But, keeping in shape, not necessarily in the game, but it can be anything, whether it's jogging up some stairs instead of versus walking, trying to keep active versus sitting on the couch watching TV.
He also uses drills to keep his skill sharp and get consistent touches on the ball.
Coming up, you're kind of getting like getting that stutter step, and then right before you take it, you want to come up on your toe, okay? Your foot needs to be placed next to it, going where you're wanting to, no matter how it goes. And when you follow your heel, like I said, it's different from people, but my heel is in line with the back of the ball. So that way when I kick, I'm not too far back where it's going like that. No, I'm here, coming down, obviously at an angle. And as I'm going up, I'm coming up with it. So then up, down.
Toque is an organization in La Habra, which revolves around the game of futsal. Toque means touch in Spanish, and explains why futsal's focus is on a player's touch on the ball. Futsal is one way soccer players can improve their touch. Futsal is played on a hard court with a heavier ball. Successful players rely on passing to create space on a smaller court. Improved passing A little fancy footwork and better ball control makes futsal a perfect game to improve your skills.
Futsal more condensed, more compressed of a game, quicker, you gotta think quicker on your feet, and it helps you develop that when you play out on the field, you can take that experience with you, and whenever you compress on that open field, you have enough skills and you can put everything you learn here to ability to be able to use it out there to improve yourself.
Doke has attracted a handful of premier local players who've experienced life as a professional.
It was a great experience, practicing five days a week, actually 6 days a week, and having a game on the weekend. It's something that I was very fortunate to be able to do. I loved it. You got paid to do something that's your dream since you're a kid.
To be honest, I was afraid.
Was someone like recruiting you, or?
Yeah. Actually, I could have gone to UC Davis, but I never called him back or anything. I could have gone to Chivas USA, but I messed up. I never been those guys that, oh, I'm gonna go, I've always been those guys that, oh yeah, but I never go.
I think I would do it over, and I would do it 10 times better. I'd train 100 times more. You hear it all the time, but it's something that you don't realize until after the shot is gone.
Professional athletes might live the life for a few years, but they take huge risks in getting there. Through the training, the sacrifice, and the chance of injury, there are hundreds of factors that could derail their hopes of making it big. Yet they keep going. For many athletes, college is the best place to showcase your skills. It gives you a chance to play consistent games against other quality players. But even the top players in college sports get lost among the premier athletes of the world. The NBA has the most exclusive draft, offering only 2 rounds, resulting in just 60 players drafted. With the NBA draft rapidly approaching, NBA general managers are on the hot seat to find the next big contributor. From the athlete's perspective, a 4-year senior could be judged against a freshman. Decisions like this can shape an athlete's legacy as a superstar or a bust. Shabazz Napier averaged 18 points, almost 5 assists, and 6 rebounds with 2 steals a game during his senior year. He led his UConn Huskies to a national title despite coming into the tournament with a 7 seed. Meanwhile, Dante Exum is 18 years old. He played in Australia and is 6 feet 5 inches tall. He also averaged 18 points, but only 3.6 rebounds and 3.8 assists. Both players play point guard, but the tape on the two are completely different. Napier's significantly shorter, about 6 feet tall, but Exum has limited game footage and coverage. Exum is projected to be drafted within the first 5 picks, but Napier is expected to be a late first-round pick. Obviously, Exum has the potential, but how much stock should be put into potential compared to actual production? These are questions that drive executives crazy and can make or break a player's legacy. An unsuccessful jump to the NBA would require players to look elsewhere. For many of those players, the backup plan is leaving the United States. With top leagues in Italy, Greece, Argentina, Spain, and China, players have plenty of options within professional basketball. For many, college can become a perfect backup plan, but even college athletes run the risk of being forgotten or being cast off as old. Among the 3 major sports in the United States, baseball gives players the best chance of being drafted, with 40 rounds of first-year player drafts. However, those 40 players end up filling out minor league teams, which can become a black hole for career minor leaguers. Wherever your talents lie, it's important to have backups. You might be closer to reaching your dreams if you go all in, but you might also be just as close to reaching the edge. This is Erik Markus. Thanks for tuning in.